Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title to this video suggests, we're going to be discussing the marriage visa and specifically the marriage visa interview at the U.S. Embassy here in Bangkok or anywhere else around the world. But I'm going to keep this narrowly focused on the U.S. Embassy here in Thailand, as there are certain protocols that they have here that may not exist in other posts, and there may be other protocols that exist at other posts that may not necessarily exist here in Thailand. Basically, a really not infrequent, but it's at the same time not an overly frequent question, but a question I get occasionally here in the kingdom from clients who are trying to get their Thai spouse back to the United States on a marriage visa, such as a CR1, IR1, or a K3. A question that often comes up is, well, should I be ready to attend the visa interview? Now, some folks take this from the tack of, are they going to want to see me at that interview? Other folks look at it like, I want to go there to make sure everything goes smoothly. In either case, really the motives of the American spouse are sort of irrelevant, because the security protocols at the U.S. Embassy here in Bangkok, Thailand stipulate that no one can be at the embassy interview other than the applicant themselves. Now, the consular officer, the adjudicating officer, may have issues with respect to the underlying facts of the given marriage. They may want to see more evidence proving up the existence of the relationship. They may want to see, in fact, in some cases, especially those cases involving what's called the Fraud Prevention Unit, they may call the American citizen spouse and question that individual about, the history of the relationship. Not particularly frequent. It can happen, but not overly frequently. That being said, for the most part, all issues surrounding sort of the issue of the underlying credibility of the marriage or the history of the relationship can generally be dealt with through paper documentation, through correspondence directly with the embassy. Meanwhile, in many cases that question may not even come up, it's more an issue of vetting the applicant who is the foreign national spouse, in this case the Thai spouse. The reason that, generally speaking, an American citizen isn't going to need to be present at an interview is because the adjudication with respect to that individual has fundamentally already occurred by Department of Homeland Security. Department of Homeland Security's agents are the ones that are going to go ahead and adjudicate the underlying petition, the petition for immigration benefits, and they're going to make their determinations with respect to the American citizen involved in the given marriage and whether or not that individual is in a position to go ahead and petition for those benefits and whether the couple is in fact eligible. So one of the reasons you're not generally going to see an American citizen present at the visa interview is because they're not really relevant to it. It's that their part of the case, if you will, has already been adjudicated. The U.S. Embassy, the adjudicating officers at the U.S. Embassy's function is simply to go ahead and vet the applicant, do a quick examination as to whether or not, the primary, sort of the prima facie points of the underlying case are met, and make their determination accordingly. As has been noted in other videos on this channel, things that can occur at an interview do include denial. If there's citing of a legal ground of inadmissibility, approval can happen at the time of interview, and then subsequent to that, within a short period of time thereafter, the actual visa will be issued. Or if there's what's called a 221G refusal, which is a refusal to grant a visa pending further documentation. Generally speaking, so long as that documentation is provided, the adjudicating officer at the embassy will then go ahead and issue the visa, and basically the case will be at its conclusion.